Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us.
Our top story tonight, the cold weather sticking around with lower temperatures to come.
Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at your first alert forecast this evening, Bob.
Yeah, the big term bomb cyclone, if you want, bomb cyclogenesis taking place. Two low pressure areas developing and merging as one just off the coast of Jacksonville earlier today, dumping heavy snowfall at times, freezing rain across North Florida, shutting the interstate I-10 down for a while as well, and now causing havoc to the mid-Atlantic coast states. Blizzard warnings are up along the northeast. Yes, this is going to be by far the biggest storm thus far of the season, early on in the season. We're going to see this cold weather cloudiness you see right here. This is all because of that extreme cold air moving over the Gulf of Mexico just out of the north, and that's pushing all that cloudiness well off of Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama tonight. That major winter storm continues to work its way up the east coast now, where there are numerous weather warnings and watches in effect, as that snow has been heavy at times near Charleston, now spreading up into the eastern and outer banks of North Carolina, eventually heading off toward Maine, where near Boston could see up to 18 inches of the white stuff. For us, it's cold weather that we're concerned about, and it's going to be sticking around too for a few days. We are under a wind chill advisory across the entire viewing area through 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. It begins at 10 o'clock tonight. Wind chills, we're talking 25 to 30 degrees in places like Lakewood Ranch, Parrish, also on into Hardee County and DeSoto counties. Now, there is a freeze warning. People are asking about their pets and, I should say, plants tonight, not to worry about covering them up in Sarasota and Manatee counties. Inland counties, certainly into Hardee, as well as into Highlands County. You should cover your sensitive plants as a result of the freezing temperatures there. Now, freezing temperatures are expected tomorrow night for much of our viewing area, with the exception of the coastal locations. This is a freeze watch. We'll talk more about this cold snap and when things will start to warm up here in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. This cold weather is not only affecting life above ground, but it's also impacting life underwater.
These conditions are very dangerous for fish and other marine life. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us live from Holmes Beach with more on the story tonight. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline and Scott, good evening. There is definitely a chill in the air. I'm here with Captain Scott Moore. Captain, thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, it's a little chilly out here, isn't it?
Just a tad chilly out here. And speaking of which, how dangerous are these conditions for fish as well as the marine life back there?
It's pretty hard on them, especially when you get the water temperatures in the 50s. And if it gets into the 40s, like 45 degrees, it could kill fish in the water. Our favorite snook is our favorite game fish. And in that critical time right in there, about 50, 54 degrees, they start to stress. And in these closed areas like the canals, basins and stuff, they'll go into in that where the water will stay a little bit more of a fluctuation, a less fluctuation in the water temperature. They like to get in those areas. And what'll happen is if they get stressed, they'll come on top and be kind of in a dormant stage. And if you see that, leave them alone. Of course, snook fishing is closed right now, but it'd be good to just leave the fish alone. Most of those fish will survive. Some people think they're going to die and they'll pick them up, and you know, it's a waste, but leave them alone. A lot of those fish will survive, especially on the snooks.
Okay, so very serious conditions.
Right. And it's serious for the manatees, even hard on the birds. We got a couple of days. It'll be very, very hard on them. Critical on the water temperature. It's technical because some areas that water temperature is going to drop in some of the canals and some of the bays. But hopefully, Bob said 63 degrees in Venice. In my canal here, it's saying 50, 52, 54 fluctuations. So that's putting those snook at stress.
Okay, Captain, we do appreciate your few moments here. I'll let you get back into your warm house, and thanks again for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
Okay, that's Captain Scott Moore. He knows these waters. He's been doing this for 40 years, and yeah, it's just dangerous for the fish and the marine life out there. And we'll have a lot more on this coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. In the meantime, I'm Rick Adams reporting live from Holmes Beach. Back to you in that warm studio.
All right, Rick, thank you so much. Some Suncoast farmers are welcoming this cold weather with open arms. As long as the temperatures stay above freezing, the cold air is a good thing for many crops. For the citrus fruits, the cold puts more sugar in them, making them sweeter. And the same goes for grapes. Larry Woodham, owner of Bunker Hill Vineyard and Winery in Manatee County, says it not only makes the grapes sweeter, it also keeps unwanted pests away.
Cold weather negatively affects insects too. and some diseases even. So that can have a beneficial aspect down the road too, because their populations are greatly diminished.
I went home for a week.
Whether or not the cold has any negative effects on those grapes, that won't be able to be determined until they're picked later this year.
A Suncoast woman was arrested for administering a popular anti-wrinkle drug.
Police say Bradenton residents injected Botox in hundreds of patients without the proper license. ABC 7's Bobeth Yates has more.
Well, we've all heard of Botox and fillers, but the Bradenton Police Department says one Manatee County resident took the efforts to stay young way too far when she began performing services in her home behind me.
Special Investigation Unit arrested Diane Danka. Currently, she's charged with practicing medicine without a license, practicing cosmetology without a license, and possession of a controlled substance.
According to the police report, for several years, Danka performed Botox and other services at her makeshift doctor's office in her home on the 3200 block of 63rd Street West in Bradenton. During a search warrant, officers found hundreds of medical supplies that include vials of counterfeit injections, morphine pills, and a skin science machine used for microdermabrasion. News that has left Danka's neighbors reacting.
I was really shocked to find it in our neighborhood. There's been never had any problems like that here.
It's very surprising because you don't expect people to do that sort of thing, especially out of their home. So, and to hear the extent to which she was really involved is very shocking, to think that something like that can be going on behind closed doors right on your own street.
But Danka's alleged actions isn't just shocking neighbors.
This isn't something that just anyone can order online and do themselves. There is so much involved in knowing the musculature, knowing the dosage. Any change in dosage could potentially be leaving a side effect.
Physician assistant Michelle Snyder says those side effects can be extreme. That's why she says her and other licensed professionals have minimum of 8 years training. As for Danka, she's been released on bond, but police say they will continue to look into her actions.
We have procedures in place to protect patients, and she circumvented those rules. She went around those rules for her own personal gain, her own financial gain, and that's just wrong.
Now detectives are looking for other victims, and they're asking anyone who knew about the services or had services performed to come forward. Bobeth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Bobeth. Florida's annual legislative session begins next week with lawmakers addressing a number of issues. One of the top priorities is a House bill that would make texting and driving a primary offense. Currently, Florida's law says texting is a secondary offense. Law enforcement officers must see another law violation, such as speeding or illegal lane changing, before citing a driver for texting. According to Florida State Trooper Ken Watson, Florida has some of the most dangerous roads in the country, and he says passing this bill is critical for saving lives.
Any tool that we can have that will help educate the public, it will help us make the roads a little bit safer, is something that we want to see.
Florida is only one of 7 states that does not allow police to pull someone over for texting and driving.
Issue of red light cameras once again being taken up in Bradenton at a workshop this morning. City Council members listened to a presentation from the police department about a new red light camera program called Intelligent Collision Preemption System. Under this new system, if a car runs a light and when it's turning from yellow to red, the system will lock all the lights in red to give extra seconds for that car to make it through the intersection safely. This is supposed to cut down on crashes. There's no word yet if the city liked the plan, but the city did suspend the use of red light cameras in 2016 while looking for a new vendor. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a Suncoast man has one of the largest circus memorabilia collections in the world, and he's just donated it to a college. I'll tell you where it's going.
And if the cold weather has put a wrench in your travel plans, one airline is offering to help out.
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. And I think of kids going to school hungry. Hunger, homelessness. In this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
For your plumbing and electrical or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com, A-N-D Services.com.
My name is Stefan Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been arrested in the state of Florida, the state attorney's office is already working on your prosecution. It's time to work on your defense. So give us a call. We've got your back.
It's time to take a road trip.
If you love the beach, Alabama's Gulf Coast has 32 miles of sugar white sand and turquoise water. Looking for a room with a view? We have them. Beachside and bayside. There's incredible history. Whoa! And the seafood is fresh from the Gulf. Another round of shrimp for my friends. Alabama has a road trip with your name on it.
Which one you gonna take?
I'll be right back.
I'm Deshauna Barber. In 2016, I was proud to win the title of Miss USA. What makes me just as proud is my service in the U.S. military. In the service, a soldier gains skills and learns values like discipline and leadership. That makes them an asset to any business that hires them. If you're an employer, on behalf of Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, remember to hire smart and bet on a vet. Visit saluteheroes.org or call this number to learn more.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at nationalguard.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com, A-N-D Services.com.
A local circus memorabilia collector is giving his treasures to Illinois State University. More than 250,000 items have been donated to the university's circus collection. Herbert Euchert of Sarasota collected everything from props, costumes, to photographs and sketches. According to the school, the items will be housed at the library. Euchert decided to donate the collection after conducting his own research of the facility and meeting with staff. This is one of the largest collections of its kind in the world.
FEMA changing its policies to allow churches to apply for aid following Hurricane Harvey and Irma. The change was announced yesterday. Houses of worship will no longer be excluded from eligibility for FEMA aid. This will impact private nonprofit organizations damaged by the storms. The change comes after 3 churches in Texas sued FEMA over the policy, accusing the agency of religious discrimination. Delta Airlines is issuing travel waivers due to the winter weather. The waivers allow passengers to change their flight without a fee. This is for airports impacted by the winter storm in the southeast and mid-Atlantic states right now, like in cities like Baltimore, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C.
I'm sure that will certainly come in handy.
Yeah.
Well, stay with us. Bob Harrigan will be back with your chilly first alert forecast when we come back.
Our overall experience working with California Closets was phenomenal.
Calm, reassuring.
Through happenstance, we ended up paired with our designer, Jen. She was someone who not only was patient, someone who was professional. She's become extended family.
She had great insight to help direct me towards those things that could make our dreams come true.
We are the Greens, and this is our California Closet story.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Don't allow your weight to threaten your health or control your future. Excess weight or obesity can cause emotional and physical health risks. But you can take control. The Your Weight Matters campaign offers free resources and tips to help you measure and understand your weight. Take the Your Weight Matters Challenge. The free toolkit prepares you to speak with a healthcare provider about your weight. Your weight does matter. Take the challenge and take control today.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View. Great news, don't diet for the new year. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, our nutritionist says diets don't work, but lifestyle changes do, and she'll help us make the right ones. A stunning Romanian dance star stops by to talk about her version of Dancing with the Stars, plus preview a local youth dance competition. Plus a new glass exhibit at the Ringling, and Simply Gourmet Catering joins us in the kitchen. Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Well, Bob was just telling us that we saw Rick's report about the cold weather effects on fish. They face some other challenges.
Yeah, some big challenges too. Red tide to go along with it. So red tide reports have been coming out. The midweek report coming out of the FWC, again showing some high concentrations in Sarasota County. In fact, 16 reports over the last week now are showing samples from background to high concentrations in Sarasota County. Not as much in Manatee County. You'll see that the reds and those deeper oranges now down into South Sarasota County, where the levels are into the high concentration, which kills fish. And so we're hoping that the waves and water kind of break that up, but we'll see how that goes. Van Wezel webcam now showing the sky starting to clear, but then you'll see some clouds coming in late as that cold air is moving over the relatively warmer waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Those are stratocumulus clouds, and once in a while you get a little disturbance out here, which sometimes can bring some snow flurries, but I don't think that's going to be happening, though we'll keep an eye on it for you. Watches and warnings, they cover most of the state right now. For us, it's the wind chill advisory tonight, freezing temperatures tomorrow night, and dangerous wind chills inland counties. Anywhere from 20 to 30 degree wind chills expected east of I-75. To the coast, it'll be still very cold, 30 to 35 degree wind chill factor late tonight and tomorrow morning up until 10. Now, there is a freeze warning in effect for our parts of our inland counties, Highlands and also Hardy County, where temperatures will go below freezing for several hours, so protect your plants if you're in those counties. Now, tomorrow night, different story. Most everyone will have to protect their sensitive plants, mainly east of I-75. Because of that northwest wind, it doesn't appear that we'll see freezing temperatures west of I-75, but Northport, obviously Lakewood Ranch, and places like Parrish and Arcadia, as well as Wauchula, will see that. Well, there is some hope on the horizon. Temperatures will stay cold for the next several days, but then we'll get back close to average over next week. And the trend is right now that we're in a positive phase of the North Atlantic Oscillation, which typically means a warmer and milder winter here across the southeast. So a little unusual to see this massive storm right now, which is a bomb cyclogenesis, where the pressure just dropped tremendously throughout the day. It continues to work its way up the east coast now. 49, the dew point temperature is 41. The wind chill factor now pretty chilly across the sun coast into the low 40s already. High today was only 57, 71 the average, and we'll get close to it, as I said, early next week. Half an inch of rainfall this morning fell. No rain anticipated over the next several days as that dry air will slip in. It's 35 in Jacksonville right now, 42 in Tallahassee, 47 in Orlando, and temperatures around town all in the upper 40s to low 50s, although mid 50s now in Inglewood, Northport, and Venice. The Gulf water temperature, at least at the end of the Venice Pier, at 63 degrees. And to Port Manatee, the water temperature this morning there was at 50.5 degrees. So big difference, and they may be taking it a little bit closer to the surface there in Port Manatee due to the extreme low tides we've seen. Tomorrow's hourly forecast doesn't warm up much. windy weather. We'll see some sunshine and very cool conditions, and that cold air will stick around too as that major winter storm heads north. We'll see high pressure build in and keep our skies generally fair. The big story obviously is this big storm developing and continuing to cause all sorts of headaches in the Mid-Atlantic coast states. Blizzard warnings are up for the Northeast. As additional snow, we could see up to 18 inches in places like Massachusetts, as well as into Vermont, New Hampshire, and places there. Even the Outer Banks of North Carolina could get up to a foot of snowfall. Temperatures are extreme throughout this region too. Toronto now at 19, Cleveland at 19. You factor in that wind, it's in single digits in St. Louis, Kansas City, all the way up to Detroit. Now, as far as boaters are concerned, winds will calm down a little bit tomorrow, but seas will still be up there to 3 to 5 feet with a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. Northwest winds at 15 knots. Anticipated water temperature at 63 degrees at the Venice Pier. Low tide upcoming 6:53, and a high tide will be at 12:36. Tonight, wind chills into the mid-20s to mid-30s across the region. The extended forecast looks like this. A cool day on Friday as well. Freezing temperatures are likely across a lot of the area on Friday morning. Even on Saturday morning, we could see some freezing temperatures, and then we start to warm up. Sunday looks to be pretty good, upper 60s with lots of sunshine. We'll be right back after this.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Sarasota Institute of Lifetime Learning begins its 47th season on Monday, January 8th in Sarasota, Venice, and Lakewood Ranch. Meet Bruce Adolph, the piano puzzler for NPR on Monday, January 8th, and Chris Inglis, former Deputy Director of the National Security Agency, on Tuesday, January 9th. 72 Global Issues lectures, 24 musical conversations. Subscriptions available now. Single event tickets at the door. For more information and to purchase season tickets, visit sillsarasota.org.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
Serving part-time as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment to get an edge in the civilian world. Learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you at NationalGuard.com.
Well, it's time to tee it up again for a new season of the Dream 18 as we showcase some of the area's finest golf courses.
ABC 7's Bob Harrigan leads the way at Waterleaf Golf and River Club in Manatee County.
Well, it's good to be back at Dream 18 for 2018 at one of my favorite courses right here along the Suncoast, Waterleaf, just off of I-75 and State Road 64, Manatee County. And joining us now is Matt Hill, who is the head professional.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We had an opportunity to play with you last year or the year before, and
yes,
I had a great time. Well, what do we got here today?
Yeah, so today we're actually on hole number 16. It's a par 4, challenging tee shot. The reason why I actually brought you out here today is this is the course, or the hole that you actually see from the new Fort Hammer Bridge. So most people get to see this when they're sitting in traffic, but we're going to actually have the pleasure of playing it today.
Yeah, so they're in the bridge waiting in traffic looking, oh, I wish I was out there playing this wonderful course.
Correct.
It is a pretty looking course.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. A lot of the holes out here, actually 5 of them, meander along the Manatee River.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I know that last time we won't talk about that. Let's see if we can go ahead and hit, all right?
All right.
All right.
Ooh, that'll be okay.
Bad. Catch a bunker, right?
That's okay, you're in the fairway.
He's looking at it. He takes a swing. Nice cut. What do we got for distance here?
Okay, 128 to the middle part of the green.
Okay.
The flag is slightly back today, so you're probably going to look about 135.
And this is kind of a tough green, if
This
I remember
is really
right.
tough. It's two-tiered, so you can see there's a lower level over there next to the water. I made sure the guys put the flag a little bit back for you so that didn't challenge you. Ooh. That'll be okay. Yeah, pin high.
It's on its way. Nice shot. It's on the green.
Yeah, good shot there, Bob.
Hit the pin, hit the pin, hit the pin, hit the pin!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it did. I thought I was going to do it again, bro. Unbelievable.
Me.
Look at that, huh? You're not supposed to do that. All right, now we...
All right.
Nice roll. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Hey, thank
Matt
you so
Hill,
much, Bob, for coming
Matt
out.
Professional, thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for joining us for another round of Dream 18.
Looks like a good time.
Putt.
Yeah.
That good?
Yeah, it's one of those weird putts. You know, I use a 9-iron and I kind of turn it like into a putter in a putting
Yeah.
stroke. So there's less error with that. And I want to thank Matt. Great shot out there and great job. And that course is wonderful, a wonderful shape too. I was out there just recently and played there. They have the flags there are marine flags because they are a water club too. So there's a lot of boating on the rivers.
Well, News Tonight is next.
We'll see you again at 11. Have a good night.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
My California Closets designer is a rock star. She was able to design the most beautiful space for me. When I turn the lights on, it's breathtaking. La! It's just a little slice of organized heaven. The California Closet team was so professional, so reliable. It was seriously a dream come true. My name is Jill, and this is my California Closet story.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here, because
Why, you don't like my hair? The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds. No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch the Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
I just need a second.
Is your weight holding you back and affecting your health?
Did you see this? Your cousin had a heart attack.
Really?
Excess weight or obesity can be serious, but you can do something about it. Visit yourweightmatters.org. Download the free toolkit to prepare you to speak with a healthcare provider. Your weight does matter. Accept the challenge and take charge today. Visit yourweightmatters.org.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
He found her. And so anyone who is at the crime scene and discovers a deceased person obviously becomes a person of interest.
Thomas Gross has been arrested in Israel for allegedly murdering his mother in Lakewood Ranch. What's next? I'm Alan Cohen. How difficult is it to extradite someone from overseas?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.